Starting the day off with processing 3D prints. Everything turned out pretty good. There's a little bit of a missing part there, but I'm not sweating it. The top of this model has already failed for me twice. And I've literally, at this point, used a whole bottle of resin just trying to print the Colossal, which is a little bit frustrating. But it's been my fault. It's not a problem with the sculpt. I think it's just been too cold down here. I have a heater going now, and I think we're good. But the 50 mil has like a canister, and it failed, but it looked pretty janky in the slicer. So I'm not gonna try to reprint it. I'm just gonna convert my own. But I got that. I got this stuff printed. This stuff I printed yesterday. I've got two, I had other stuff on the plate with it, but not Crucible Guard stuff. I've got two heavies, the parts for a Toro. I printed 3 of the arms for the guy that misprinted just in case. So looking good there. I don't think I'll probably need too many more heavy bodies just looking at lists, and it looks like a lot of the Crucible Guard jacks actually kind of suck, in my opinion. So we'll wait. I'll probably print. I'll definitely print like the arms, and I'll magnetize these. But I don't know if I'll print any more bodies. It's trash day. It's really cold. Should have a jacket on. Okay, if the Vulcan fails this time, I'm giving up on Crucible Guard, and I'm gonna play 5th Division. All right, I got the Dolman Wood mess from yesterday. You know, today it is the dawn of a new day for the Hobbynomicon, and I feel like I felt like that every day for like the last week. I just feel like I keep really having like breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough lately, and it feels really good. And I think maybe the last couple of years, maybe I was burnt out, and I was definitely burnt out. There's no maybe about it, but I think I just didn't realize just how badly burnt out I was. And I think that burnout is finally starting to lift, and I'm going back to myself, to feeling normal again. And I feel really good. And it's just, I have so much clarity, so much like creative energy. It's all just like coming back to me. It's all feeling really good. And it's making me really realize that I need to really maintain a creative space, because I think part of what's causing my constant product hopping is that I don't have a space to be consistent. I need to get consistent with it. Let me put you over here. Hopefully you can see me. I've upped my tripod game. Hopefully I've upped my camera angle game. And as I'm cleaning and getting ready, I've made a couple days ago, I made the decision that I'm definitely gonna start a miniatures company, a miniature making business, a hobby business. There's 2 parts to that: miniature making and business. I know the business part very well. I don't know shit about making miniatures, so we gotta fix that. The next 90 days are going to be hyperdrive for me. I've just been feeling so inspired, and I've realized that I've just been telling myself my whole life that no, that cannot be what you do. You have to be logical and rational. The art cannot be what you do. And I sold my soul to the devil, and I think I feel like I've gotten a second chance. I've gotten my soul back. I've gotten out of that contract, and now it's time to make the best of it. Okay, enough yapping. Let's actually get to making something. I've got my Ultimate Dungeon Terrain board. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Should have probably recorded it, but I was just vibing the whole time. I made this like right before I decided to start the channel. Got some water here. What I was going for here is like not what I was going for, but the first time I played it, somebody got fireballed. So this is the soot marker for where they exploded as a memory of the very first inaugural run on it. I think it's pretty cool. Sometimes I look at it and I hate it, but the story behind it is pretty cool. And I think I did a good job of like making it look sooty and burned. I don't know. What do you think? Pretty cool. All right, but the problem, and I hid like little kind of like Easter eggy things like skulls, and I'm resisting the urge to cover it in dirty down moss again, because like I said, it's dirty down moss is a part of me. There's a little blood pool and some guts right there, but the back half, the outdoor half, it got stepped on by the dog, but it's not done yet. And then the rim edges, we always gotta edge the rim. It's time to do the back half today. So let's get to it. All right, so we want to slam this full of as much texture as possible. We still have our basing texture that we made so many months ago. Crazy to think about. That's just been sitting, so I'm gonna mix it up. I'm never gonna use this on bases ever again, but I think it'll be perfect for this. All right, there we go. Went at it like an alley cat in heat. Got it pretty sliced up. This should be fine. Probably, if anything, it's a little overkill. But after the basing incident of 2025, I don't want to have to worry about it. So, what's next? All right, we got this. The paint is kind of separating, but that's fine. I'm gonna stir it up and just start slathering it on. Is this one jar? Actually, I don't know. We'll see how this is after I get it spread out. All right, so I'm just gonna take the palette knife and just smooth it out. All right, and as I'm finishing this up, and I just tried to make it, let me get you out a little bit more. I just tried to make it in organic shapes. And I don't want any palette knife, like obvious palette knife swatches. And I'm pushing this down pretty thin, just because one, it's a lot of the time we're gonna be in dungeons, right? So it's gonna have to rest on this flat still. And I just wanna make sure there's no obvious palette knife strokes. And we're gonna do a lot more work to this, but I just wanna make sure there's no huge clumps. Actually, I got an even better idea. I've been saving this rock. Maybe that's a terrible idea. Let's just we'll push this in some through here, not on the full blown. All right, this is like an old ripped up bath sponge from a dollar store, and I got it wet, and we're just gonna lightly tap it, and getting it wet makes it so it doesn't stick as bad. And I'm just coming back through. One, this adds more texture in, but it's gonna make sure it breaks up any palette knife lines. I just dropped off the last round of eBay orders at the post office, which was crazy. The line was out the door. Luckily, I just dropped my shit off. I don't know what people are doing that don't know that you can just do all that online these days. But anyway, about to get some Benny Luchetti's pizza. It's awesome. Bring this home to the kids. Make them do the pizza dance. Just look at this. Just look at this. Massive slices. Okay, I gotta get back home now. Back home, gonna eat pizza. Gonna finish up like the day job, the client work for the day, and then get back to it. Also, before I left, I built all the Crucible Guard stuff that I had printed, but I realized that jack, actually a ton of that jack did misprint on the backside. So, gonna learn how to sculpt today. This is gonna be the tell if my wife is still watching these, but I accidentally dropped this in the washer and I ran it. It ran inside the washing machine. Luckily, it was empty. I had it upside down trying to get more out and just forgot. I don't know if you can tell from this dusty cover, but everything's looking good so far. So I think hopefully, I mean, we still have 6, almost 7 hours to go. So there's a lot of room for failure. But in the parts that have been failing, it's bed adhesion from, I think, the resin being cold. And now that the heater's running, I think we're gonna be good. Back in the dungeon, belly's full of pizza. I realized that I think I have some old sodium bicarbonate somewhere, and I can use that instead of sand, and it'll do the same thing I want it to do. So looking for that. Here we go. I've shaken this all off. Everything on here is locked in place. It's pretty dry. You can see we actually got a pretty high raised edge here. Oh, I guess it's not all locked in. So we're gonna have to spit that out, but that's okay. So now I've got my rock, and I'm just gonna roll this through these pink areas to just get some more texture in here. All right, so this is just it's baking soda and old basing material. I've had this for honestly like 10 years, seriously. So it's pretty old. I've got some silica gel packs in here. I just don't want to have to go buy sand, and I just want a fine texture. So I'm going to use this instead of having to go out and buy sand. And I'm going to do the edge too, but anywhere where we see pink still, we want to cover up with this. And we do want to work it in to the other areas. All right. So now I'm going to come in and just sprinkle this on our glue areas. Here, I'm going to shake it off over a big sheet of paper, and then it'll go back in this box for another day. And next time it'll have these gray rocks mixed in, and I'll just keep building up the various textures in here. All right, so waiting on the board to dry. So we're gonna figure out sculpting for the first time in our lives beyond just basic gap filling. I took this busted part off the misprinted arm, and it looks kind of gnarly now because of the super glue. But I'm just gonna make some liquid green stuff and like smooth over this gap, and I think that'll be good enough. And then we gotta figure out something for right here. I only have 70% isopropyl alcohol right now. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a second, as I don't want the other green stuff to go hard. Dang, the foot's messed up right here too. It's crazy. Okay. So again, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just got a glove on so I don't leave fingerprints. And I think there's actually... I'm gonna have to make my own sculpting tools, I'm realizing, which I'm kind of looking forward to that. So again, this is not a tutorial. This is just me recording myself stumbling through it a little bit. So what I'm thinking is I'm just trying to smooth out his butt, his robot booty. I'm using that's isopropyl alcohol that I just mixed in to try and thin it out some. And I'm just trying to reestablish, I think it's a block. And again, everything works. So it's all just circles and squares. I think if we we'll give the illusion that something is there. And now this guy's always going to be special because he will be our benchmark of going back and saying, hey, we didn't know what we were doing and we did this. So, look, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Look at that. Look at the chassis on that boy. Okay. Maybe we can smooth this out just a little bit. I think it's going to be good enough for tabletop. So here's where we're at. I'm really proud from the back. Like when I look at it this way, I think that's pretty solid. The sides, the side is pretty questionable. But looking at it from where I'll be seeing it when I'm playing, I'm pretty happy with that. So, and from the front, like it's totally fine. Okay, now I need to wrap up with actual work for the day. I think that's going to be it. A whole day of hobbying. It doesn't happen that much. Didn't get any painting done, but got a whole lot of fun hobby stuff done. I'm going to spend the rest of the day working and learning more about sculpting because I am pretty sure that's the path for me. The next great challenge of my life. I'll check back in before I actually upload the video. Hopefully everything prints on the 3D printer. I'll show you how that goes, and I'll show you how the final board looks. What I'm going to do tonight, let it sit for a couple of hours, knock everything loose, and then I'm going to water down that glue that I made a ton, and then spray it through a sprayer bottle, and that will make it so it just like mists everything down and like locks it in place and seals it. And then tomorrow spray paint it, and then we'll get it painted. And tomorrow will probably be a ton. Actually, no, tomorrow's client office day, but the rest of the week there's going to be a ton of painting. Okay, so now we're on my garage floor. I knocked all the loose stuff off. I've already sprayed this down once. So this is our glue mixture that I made earlier, which is like 25% water, 10% isopropyl alcohol, and whatever remaining percent Elmer's glue. But now this is like 50% that mixture, 50% water. And you can see it's a pretty fine mist. And I've already sprayed it once. I just wanted to show you what it looks like going on. Now when this hardens, this is going to be hard as a rock. This is what used to be called scenic glue. Very similar to that concept. So some spots here, like where the purple or where the pink still shows through, we'll cover that with our flock material. But I'm pretty happy. Like, it's pretty crazy the textures we've already got. It looks like a bunch of mounded dirt. Pretty excited. I finally printed this damn Vulcan on my 4th attempt, and look at this. Look at how close we still came to failing. It's crazy how, like, this was almost, I had 750 milliliters of resin in here, and I printed the top half of the Vulcan, the arms, the head, and a light warjack. And according to the slicer, I should have had plenty, but obviously, like, we almost failed because we ran out of resin in the tank. Pretty insane. But at the end of the day, that's a colossal that it misprinted 4 times for me. So it was literally like, I don't know, $40 or $50 in resin. Still way cheaper than buying it direct. So that part's cool. And I guess I can keep printing them. I'm going to have to get some more resin before I start the tanks, the railless interceptors. But I'm happy to finally have it. Looks like we're sticking with Crucible Guard. Thanks for watching and joining me today. It was like a whole day, a whole look kind of into my day today. So if you're still here, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.